Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live feed here on YouTube and Facebook. We're back. Another podcast. Ethan, how are you?
I'm here.
Good. Go ahead and introduce yourself. You are.
I'm Ethan. You know me. Seen me
Yeah.
a couple times, heard me, whatever you're doing.
There you go. I'm Aaron. We both are the co-hosts of First Pitch Strike. Got kind of a special episode today just because of some stuff going on in the world. And Ethan's off today, so that helps him as well. But before we do, we're also going to introduce a returning friend, family member, or whatever you want to call him. Marlon, welcome to the show. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Marlon.
That was impressive.
Hey, I can do it. One word.
There you go. So for those that don't remember, that's my father, Ethan's grandfather. He played baseball in high school. He hasn't paid much attention to baseball, but we got him caught up a little bit while we were doing some pre-show activity. So, well, that's basically it, I guess. We're going to move quickly because we've got a very limited time frame. That said, if you look at the title of the show as Mired, Fired, and Hired, yes, I learned how to rhyme words in school. I just don't remember when because it probably wasn't high school. But starting with Mired, we've got the Chicago White Sox. Not only are they bad, but how bad are they, Ethan?
This is the first time a team has lost 104 games in the entire existence of the MLB within this amount of time. Like before even cars existed, this has never happened. I literally just saw that before this whole deal. And I saw it on Facebook. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. First time
Even
ever.
my grandfather isn't that old. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I heard that.
It's the first time ever that a team has been eliminated in August.
Yep.
And that's
could have been eliminated after the first game of the season, probably.
Well, I was joking with a Kansas City guy that he made mention of it, and I'm like, weren't they eliminated like by the turn of the calendar going into May?
It's close.
Yeah, because how many double-figure losing streaks have I had this year?
They're also the first team to lose like 18, I think, 3 times, and the longest one was 21.
Okay.
That's scary.
And he was at the 21st loss.
I was at the 21st loss, yes.
Yeah. If you're one of those players, you just endangered any contract negotiations you'll ever have. I mean, you blew it up. Were you part of that White Sox team? Yeah. Next.
Yeah, well, but they traded Michael Kopech at the trade deadline to the Dodgers, and he's doing fantastic. It's like he knows how to pitch. He just didn't have a supporting role with him. There were no other actors.
That's called the Chicago location influence.
That very well could be. Very well could be. Yikes. We're going to move right on to the fired. White Sox did fire Grifol earlier in the year, but mid to late August to fire a manager for Seattle is late. Was it warranted?
Yeah. I think.
Okay. Support?
You got one of the best pitching staffs, and you don't know what to do with the offense.
Okay. Marlon?
I wish it'd been earlier. That would have given them a chance to pursue their end of June in that fall they had. That was huge. It was fast. There wasn't a sense of urgency to stop it.
I would agree.
That's not good.
No, I actually was surprised.
Didn't they get swept by the White Sox?
Well, that too.
I don't remember if they got swept by the White Sox, but I
This was
know they
3
lost.
weeks ago,
Yeah.
probably.
Come on. The Mariners were trying to help the White Sox have a little bit of dignity.
I know they got they won. They basically
Or was
got,
it Detroit that swept them?
I thought it was Detroit, but I think they also won a game in Detroit. I don't remember, but they had a 1-9 road trip, and you can't do that in a
No.
pennant race. And like you had said, there at the end of June, how many games in a row did they lose? I don't remember, but throughout June and July, the only team with the worst record since that day they had the 10-game lead are the White Sox.
That's bad. Especially if you were in first place when it began.
Correct. Now, I will say managers can't play the game. They can't. But I'm with Ethan. He second-guessed himself into making horrible decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the Mariners do a lot of metrics. Yes, they do a lot of studying, and this is why you see several guys rotating days off, not playing all the time because of those metrics and learning, yes, your body needs rest, but how frequently does it need rest? So they're using that, but he went overboard on the metrics, in my opinion.
Well, he didn't talk to Cal Ripken.
No. Well, and their new manager, Dan Wilson, how many games did he play that 1995 season?
A
Almost
lot.
every day.
Had a catcher.
Yeah, and I know the metrics for today's game is significantly different. And yes, you need to have those days off. But when you've got to get your team in the right frame of mind, don't give them the day off after they have a bad day. And that's what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be comfortable. You have to get
Yes.
If you never get comfortable, like how are you going to perform well?
Yep. I agree. So we're going to go to hired. Who would you want to hire right now this second if you were starting a new team? Ethan?
Can I choose? What are my options? Is it
They got to be a living person, baseball player.
well?
Parameters of today's game, this second, on a roster.
Do I have to choose between two people,
I mean, if you want to.
or can I choose anybody?
I mean, if you want to choose anybody, go for it. For the purpose of this exercise, you can. I'd prefer one of the two people below, but I mean, it's all good.
First, we'll go with the unrealistic, the whole spectrum wide.
Okay.
I would start personally my team with somebody like Nolan Ryan.
Okay.
That's just me. But today I would probably choose Aaron Judge.
Okay. Marlon?
Boy, I was thinking of two current ones because of the parameters you set. Aaron Judge, and then a particular pitcher / outfielder in the Dodgers. I take those two.
Okay. Well, if you want to take Ethan's path, Griffey Jr.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm partial to him, but that swing was so special, and his defense was phenomenal. He was a 5-tool player back when 5-tool player wasn't being used.
See, if you're going to do that, I think of a guy by the name of Carl Yastrzemski.
There you go. Now, going back to the parameters, I think I'd go Ohtani before Judge.
Can I add another one?
Yeah.
Can I go pitcher and hitter?
Yeah.
Pitchers Nolan Ryan, hitter Barry Bonds.
Okay, there you go. That's fair.
Hmm.
Now, you mentioned, as we're talking about Judge and Ohtani, Judge has 51 home runs going into tonight. He's on pace for like 60, 62, some stupid number like that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Do you see him reaching 70?
I mean, Yankee Stadium's a child stadium, but
Can he or will he reach 70? I don't know.
I don't think so.
can he? Maybe. If you gave him like 180 games, maybe.
Okay.
Will he? No.
Okay. One thing I would say is that he does get to face Mariners pitchers. And your grandmother said Seattle won 3 out of 4 from the White Sox. So thank you, Mom. That's appreciated.
I don't know. I feel like they did. If they got swept by somebody, that's not good.
It might have.
Detroit.
I know they were definitely swept by the Dodgers. Definitely swept by the Dodgers.
Well, look at who they have. So that's not a surprise.
That's fair.
Was it Oakland also that swept them once?
I don't remember.
Don't matter.
That was so long ago, I don't remember. No, I think Judge gets to face the Mariners pitching, and depending upon which pitchers are in that rotation at the time for that 3-game set, Gilbert gives up a lot of home runs and Castillo gives up a lot of home runs. They're really good, but they give up a lot of home runs. Castillo's given up like 24, 25 home runs this year. Gilbert's really close to that number as well. So there's my argument for. Against, that's really hard. Really hard.
Are they in New York or Seattle?
They're in New York. No, they're in Seattle. So it's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough. How about Ohtani? He's at 42 and 42 for home runs and steals. I think he gets 50 steals. Do you think he's going to get 50 home runs?
No.
Do the Dodgers play at Colorado again?
That's cold.
I don't remember, and I don't have my phone with me. Let me go look real quick.
I got it.
You do? Okay.
Pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I think he'll get the 50 steals. It's going to be hard for him to get 50 home runs, but dude, if he goes to Colorado, he's hitting at least 3 home runs. And that would put him at least 45, and he's got a month. The same with Judge. He's got a month.
They play Colorado in LA and then Colorado in Colorado.
Oh, God bless America.
27, 28, and 29th of September.
How many games? 3 games each? So 6 total games.
6 total games against Colorado. 3 at home, 3 away.
I'm going bold. I'm going out on a limb. He'll have 8 home runs in those 6 games.
I'm saying he gets 50. I called this at the beginning of the season. I'm telling you.
You did call it at the beginning of the season.
If he doesn't get 50, then it's bad, bro.
You did call it. You did. That in our big podcast that we had, you called it. So I'm impressed.
Not only that, but he also hit one out of Dodger Stadium. So
yeah. Which it's hard to hit one out in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it's deep.
But he does it routinely.
Yeah.
Routinely. How about NL Rookie of the Year? Whoopsies, wrong button. NL Rookie of the Year. Skeens in Pittsburgh or Merrill in San Diego?
I don't want to choose that one.
Because you want Skeens and you think Merrill's going to win it, or because you don't want to choose because they're both that good?
They're both that good.
Okay.
And I heard that Paul Skeens, maybe it's not true, but he's not going to be as regular just for their playoff push.
I can see that. I can make the argument for giving him an extra couple days of rest.
Like between starts, I saw. I don't know if it's true, but
I saw that too because he has not pitched this much ever in college or in the pros, obviously, because he got called up midway through the season, or early in the season. He didn't pitch the full season. I can make an argument for that. Again, metrics, trying to save his arm, trying to make sure they build up the stamina.
I can for sure seeing him give it to Jackson Merrill, though. He's been going off.
Yeah.
The dude's clutch.
Yeah, and that I think he's kind of
tying home runs.
Yeah, I think he's kind of the reason why San Diego is right back in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
100%. Dad, do you have thoughts about the pitching situation in Pittsburgh?
I'm not familiar enough to make a judgment.
Okay, that's fair.
Sorry.
No, of course, you're also old school Nolan Ryan. Just get out there and be a bulldog.
Yep.
I said that.
You did. How about AL Rookie of the Year? Wilyer Abreu in Boston or Mason Miller in Oakland?
To be honest, I don't pay attention to Boston because not a Boston anything fan. So I'm going Mason Miller because he throws gas.
Yeah. And what was your comment pre-show, Dad?
I'm going Mason Miller because without him, the Oakland team matches White Sox. They're equally bad without Mason.
Yes. Yeah. There was a lot of talk they were going to deal him at the deadline just to get prospects and whatnot.
That would have been stupid.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. We're talking about Oakland. Never mind.
They're playing in Sacramento at a minor league stadium next year. Yes, they're stupid.
Yeah.
So I would give it to Mason Miller as well. Abreu has come on very strong in the last month. He's played most of the season. He does lead all rookies in home runs, I think. I don't remember. I do know he leads or is close to the top in rookies for games played in the season. There's that. His average is actually about 270, 280, if I'm not mistaken. So he's doing really well, but I got to give it to Miller as well. I do. He dices. Yeah, he's that good. He really is that good. There really isn't anybody else in the American League that I would say is good. Yeah, Abreu is hitting 268 right now with 29 doubles and 14 home runs. So he's a hitting machine, but I don't think it's going to help Boston get into the playoffs.
Break my heart.
Right. Max Scherzer, he came back, last week, I think?
Mm-hmm.
How long does he have left? How long can he go?
Like 2 games, probably. And then his back will hurt.
That was cold. Oh, E.
It's happening.
When he came back at the beginning of the year,
hey, welcome back, Max Scherzer. He'll go out, shove for 7 innings, and then he'll go into the dugout and say, "Oh, my back," and then he'll be shut down for 7 months.
Well, I mean, how many games did he pitch when he came back the first time this year? Was it just the 1 game, or did he actually get 2 in?
No, I'm pretty sure it was 1. Now that you say it.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah. It's because when he came back, he was asked, how long do you plan on playing? And he flat told whoever was interviewing him that he wanted to go for at least another season because he wants to live out his contract. But physically, can he do it? Because he's what, 42?
39.
39? I thought he was at least in his 40s, but
how old is Max Scherzer?
See, he's asking Siri right now.
Max
She's
Scherzer
40.
is 40 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm older than him, but you turn 40 in a sport this demanding. Can your body take it? I don't know. Which brings me, okay, football is a lot more demanding than how many quarterbacks can play till they're 40, 45.
Timeout. Rich Hill.
Rich Hill. There you go. Good example. Good example.
Jamie Moyer.
Yep. Another good example.
Rich Hill is now pitching for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
He just got
And I thought you didn't follow the Red Sox, and you know that?
I saw a clip.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do you know who his pitching coach is?
Yeah, someone that I saw it the other day. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you on Instagram.
Maybe.
Because they both came in the league at like 2010, 2011 or something like that.
They played together.
And they played together. His pitching coach won Rookie of the Year that year, has retired, and is now coaching Rich Hill. So that's a bit weird. I mean,
naming who?
I don't remember what his name is.
Hmm.
Ethan's the research guru tonight. He's self-appointed himself as the research guru. He'll find it for us. But yeah, it's funny, and kudos for Rich Hill for going this long in a career, because that's a lot of years. That's a lot of travel.
It's also a lot of conditioning.
Absolutely. Another situation in Pittsburgh, if you have not heard, is last weekend, Pittsburgh made a decision to move Cruz O'Neill from shortstop to center field. I don't know how to put center field because I put CT instead of CF. So I'm going to go fix that. Ethan, who's the pitching coach?
Andrew Bailey.
There you go. In Oakland.
Yep.
I actually remember that year too.
In 2012. Became teammates.
Yep. So, and that was Bailey's rookie year, obviously, because he won the award. But
no, he just won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I sent it to you.
Okay, perfect. Well, my phone's in the other room over there. But Cruz O'Neill, 28 errors at shortstop for Pittsburgh this year. They're like, you know what? We got a guy coming back. We can move IFK from second to short. Move Cruz O'Neill to center field. How do you feel about the move from short to center?
Perfect example
of
Tatis Jr.
There you go. See, watching Tatis, though, that first couple games, I'm like, this is going to be bad. But he's actually doing pretty good. Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts, he doesn't count. He doesn't count. He's so far from either of those two guys that we're talking about. He's so far above their levels that it's not even close. Don't get me wrong. They're both very, very good athletes. Tatis Jr. and O'Neill Cruz. O'Neill Cruz has a cannon. Mookie Betts is just this much better. They're like this, but up here. I just can't do it because it's out of camera.
That's fair.
This is Mookie Betts, and this is these two.
I would agree. Mookie is really good, but he did make the adjustment from infield to outfield.
I don't know if you've seen him play like football or basketball or seen him bowl.
I was going to say, or seen him bowl.
That it's not even remotely close. He could go pro in those sports too.
He's an athlete, an absolute athlete. So our dear friend Bob Seide pops up and said, sleeper for NL Rookie of the Year could be Jackson Chourio. He ain't wrong. Mind you, he might be a little partial because he's a Cubs fan, but Jackson's having a good year as well.
Chourio plays for Milwaukee.
That's what I meant. Yeah, he's a Cubs fan. So he's paying attention to Milwaukee. But he is having a good year. Really good year. So I think Cruz O'Neill won't make as many errors in the outfield. I really don't.
The ball's hit hard, but you have more time to see it and react to it.
And ain't nobody going to run on him.
No. If you can throw the ball 100 miles an hour from short to first base, then you can throw the ball like 103
90. Yeah. Because
from
you can get that running start on the sac fly attempt. Absolutely.
grow up.
But if he has a problem hitting first base now, what makes you think he's going to be able to stop the guy going from second to third? Can he hit third base?
I
He'll
think
learn.
it wasn't the throwing that was the problem. I think it was more or less the fielding.
Oh,
Yeah. There were a couple throwing errors, but it wasn't horrible. It just I like Ethan's statement in it gives him more time to react to the ball.
that's true.
And I like that assessment. I really do. I know I caught you off guard with this one, Dad, but how do you get out at first base when you're walked?
You have the biggest brain fart in history.
What's worse, trying to tag out a guy running to first base or not touching first base?
Do you remember last year when Pittsburgh had a guy run all the way to first, and then the batter backed all the way up to home run, a run scored, and then he ran and got a single out of it?
Yeah, that was a few years ago,
It
actually.
was Javier Baez that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. But
That's why I'm asking, what's worse? Pulling
the brain fart.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would have helped Miami win the game too.
Yeah.
It was. It was a crucial point, and that's why the Cubs said, "Timeout! You can't do that." I mean, kudos for Chicago and Craig Counsell recognizing that he didn't touch first base.
Right.
I don't know how many managers would have recognized that.
How would you not?
They're not paying attention.
My question is,
Not paying attention to the baseball game.
He's looking at who's he got on the bench. Who can he put in? What's going on? How am I pitch throwing this next batter? There's all sorts of things that mentally up here, if you ain't in it, just look at Grifol. He wasn't paying attention.
I will back up to one thing. The first base coach should have been paying attention and told the guy, come touch the base.
Absolutely.
How are the coaches not paying attention?
That's the point. That's his job, to get the guy there on base orientated with what to do.
I'll go coach out there. Get here! Come touch it!
Sorry, I'm playing with the screen. I've never done this before, so seeing what's going on, seeing if we can do it.
I'll yell at him.
All sorts of fun. I was hoping in this.
I'll let the 40,000 plus people hear me.
I'm hoping this little button here would have highlighted whoever was talking. It's not.
No.
Oh well.
Makes you bigger.
Yeah, I don't need to be bigger. So, pennant races. Marlon, you made mention that Mariners may have screwed the pooch in not getting rid of Service early enough to make the playoffs. But as it stands now, do you see anything changing in the AL West with the Mariners being able to come back and take over Houston or not?
I wish, I dream it. It's not happening.
What if
Mariners aren't going to.
bats?
What
if Edgar Martinez does something magical with the bats?
I think he will get it closer, but you're not going to overtake Houston.
4-game difference.
What if they start sucking?
Houston or the Mariners?
Well, of course. Who would I be talking about?
Houston. I would like it. I would like it. And I'm a Mariner fan, but I'm sorry. I think this year the lid's been blown away.
No. Altuve can choke at any point. He doesn't have a trash can anymore. Same with Alex Bregman. He can choke at any point. It doesn't matter. Their pitching could choke at any point. It doesn't matter. They don't have the cheating pitch com or whatever. They just don't have stuff to cheat no more. Granted, they did win the World Series, but
Yeah, they did win it without the garbage can too. Which
I
know your hate is deep. I
don't
understand.
want them to win.
Your hate is deep. I get it, man. With the way Rodriguez hit that home run on Tuesday night, I think Edgar has his ear. And
Yeah.
if you can get Julio and Cal and Rosarena on the same page and have Luke Raley and Victor Robles being the spark plugs that those two are, I think they could catch Houston. I don't think they will. I think they will fall a game short again, but it's possible they could take Houston over.
Miracles happen.
I'd like it. Yeah, I'd like it. I don't know that it will happen. So that's just me. I'm looking to see how long we've been on.
31.
I don't know how long. Huh?
31.
Oh yeah,
50.
right there. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. Good eye. Wow, we are cruising. That's impressive. We're gonna switch it up a little bit just because it's sports, and I'm not even gonna have anything on just yet. But it's almost hockey season. You've got the Canadian Hockey League back in full action for training camps. You've got your NHL teams getting camp together, signing some players, cutting some players. There's been some transactions that I've seen for extensions. Totally cool. And as Ethan and I have both said before, we're sports fans. Ethan's a huge hockey fan. I'm thinking Ethan, because of Utah being late in the season, will probably go to at least one, maybe two of the Seattle games down there in Denver. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Huh?
I know when the games are.
I know you do. One's in November. When's the other one?
December 22nd.
Okay. So back-to-back years or months.
Wait. Maybe.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I know it was early November.
November 5 for sure. I know that.
Yeah. So we're sports fans. We got college football starting up. Speaking of college football, the referees for last night's NDSU Colorado game.
Dog, did you see that catch?
On the interception?
How did catch that?
On the interception?
No, that interception whack. Don't believe it at all. The ball had a little string that was being dangled in the air, and it went to the guy. But the game-winning touchdown that Travis Hunter caught,
yeah,
the corner,
yeah,
in the corner,
stupid
unreal.
catch. Stupid.
He said, "Coach, give me the ball.
He's good.
Coach Prime, give me the ball.
Yep,
I'm gonna win the game."
but I think the referees got caught up in the emotion. Just me. Could be wrong. Totally fine with that. I might be saying that because I wanted NDSU to pull off the upset too. But that's just me. So yeah, you got college football starting. You've got some fantasy football going. I've got a draft this weekend. Yay. We've got NFL starting next week as well. So all sorts of sports going on. NBA camps are going to open up soon, like October, don't they? Or end of the September? I don't remember. So all sorts of stuff going on, but this is where we're going to take the serious turn. I don't even want to say it's an award winner. I'm just going to say this is the stupid award. Yeah, it's in commemoration of Angel Hernandez being sometimes stupid behind the plate or at the base or whatever. And I don't know the name of the guy. I'm not going to say the name of the guy if I did. But this morning, Dad, as you were texting me, my phone started blowing up that Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew had been killed. And as they were riding their bikes. And as you read the article, you learned that it was a drunk driver that hit them and killed them. Don't be stupid, man. I drive rideshare. It's going to cost you less financially, emotionally, legally if you get a ride. As Ethan said this morning, call somebody. Stay home. Don't be effing stupid. You're going to kill somebody, just like the Goodrow brothers. Aside from them being really good at hockey, especially Johnny, you're tearing apart families. Those brothers were supposed to be at their sister's wedding today, walking her down the aisle, being a part of that wedding. And you just ruined the sister's wedding. You just killed two people. You've ruined your life because you're going to jail. And you should. Don't be stupid. Ethan, what thoughts do you have?
I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a video clip of the guy. I forgot his name. I don't really care to know his name or remember it, but I saw a video clip of the guy in front of the judge via video, and he has no remorse whatsoever. I saw that he had 5 or 6 beers, thought that the car in front of him was blocking him in, and he was too intoxicated to see that and whatever, swerved around. And the thing that bothers me the most is the quote that he said to the judge. That was, so I have to stay here till Thursday.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. He said, so I'm here till Thursday because of the holiday weekend and everything. The 72-hour time slot, time allotment, whatever that they give, that his hearing's not going to be till Thursday or whatever. And that's what he said.
Sick.
That's unreal.
Absolutely sick. So the big reason I have Marlon on is because he has a very personal story about this. Drunk driving should be personal to all of us in finding ways to make sure our friends don't do this, to make sure our family members don't do this. And Marlon, go ahead and share your story and why it's so personal to you.
Wow, stories like that, and Ethan, that statement just puts a punch in my gut.
Yeah, I was gonna like tag you and like comment you, but I
it's just inappropriate. There's a young man in Marysville, Washington, that I had the privilege of spending a lot of time with him. I was involved in his life in a lot of ways. I got to teach him to play baseball. Turned out he was pretty good. At a 5A school in the state of Washington, for 3 years, he was all-state. His picture still hangs in the hallway at the high school where he attended, where Aaron attended. And I had talked to him in July this summer afterwards. It was a short conversation, and that was the last time I got to talk to him. A month later, I got a phone call and it said, Marlon, there's been an accident. Marshall is dead. Sorry, it just got to me at the moment. One of the most painful days of my life was burying that kid. And I'll be honest, I lost it giving the eulogy. Looking out there, and the church is full of people. And Marshall also coached at Little League Baseball, and watching a team in uniform sitting in the front row saying goodbye to their coach. I didn't do well. I lost it. And it was preventable. The saddest part to me, Marshall, is the one that was drunk. That hurts even more. And I retired from being an insurance agent to where I listened to a lot of stories of people coming in and filing claims or talking about the losses or the tragedies associated with drinking and driving. I beg people, please don't. Please don't. The cost is too high. Not only for me personally, but it's affected Aaron. It's affected Nick. It affected Becky. It's just, and we're just one sample of it. Every family that's been touched by it, it hits home. And so if I could, I'd beg people, just like what Aaron did, please, you have options. Think about it.
Yeah, I'd rather get it right than be facing vehicular manslaughter or homicide or something like that. Vehicular homicide or
Every day.
So,
Every day.
because I do rideshare, I take a lot of individuals home that are making the right decision.
Yeah.
The one I will never forget is I picked up an attorney who, before he was actually licensed to practice law, got picked up. Swore he'd never do it again, and he did. This time after he got his license to practice law. He nearly lost his job, nearly lost his license, and he swore he would never, ever, ever drink again and then drive. And kudos to him for recognizing it's too expensive. I think one time it cost him about $14,000 in court costs, insurance, classes, whatever else he had to go through. I'm thinking a $20 ride is significantly cheaper than $14,000 or life in prison.
Yeah.
I don't wish evil or ill will on anybody, but this man from this bike accident with the Goodrow
Jail
brothers,
time. Jail time.
I hope he rots in hell. Not hell,
Mhm.
jail. Sorry. I hope he
Close.
rots in jail.
Yeah.
I've seen that he could be facing up to 15 or 20 years.
Not enough.
No, not at all.
Not enough.
No.
You know, and Marlon, like you said, you heard the stories. Man, I do too. It's amazing what you hear in a ride share as a driver.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do get to see people saying, hey, I'm making the right choice. And when they tell me that they've made the right choice, I thank them.
Absolutely.
Because it is the right choice, for one. For two, I don't want to be hit by you. I don't want to be that guy in the accident. I don't want to be the one that can't go home and be in a wheelchair or dead or whatever the case is. What's even funnier is that when we go past people that are pulled over, they're like, why are they being so stupid? Why didn't they call? Dude, you've got apps in your phone where you can get a ride at any minute of the day.
Or another example is, why are you doing it at 2:00 in the afternoon?
There you go.
I saw that with my own two eyes. A person getting sobriety tested at 2:15 in the afternoon.
That's sad.
Yeah. Hey, I get it. If you want to drink, drink. Just
don't put it behind the wheel.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. So I guess we don't need to end this show on a sour note. So I don't know. It says farewell. I don't know what to say for farewell after this little segment because it's pretty deep. And Marlon, thank you for sharing your experience. It's appreciated. And I had to walk in that gym every day and see his picture up on that wall. Some days it was tough. Other days you just walk right on past. Oh, well. But that aside, farewell. I got nothing else, man. I'm just excited about this last month of the season. Lot of good races going on. It will be interesting to see how Skeens is handled. It's interesting to see how that Coliseum will close out the life of the Oakland Athletics in Oakland.
Well,
before they head to Sacramento. It'll be interesting to watch the Dodgers fall in October again, like they always do. I got nothing else. Ethan, what do you got?
I don't know if you saw, but Dylan Cruz, he's in the show now. He hit his first home run the other day. The leadoff bomb to start the game.
Yep, I saw the home run.
What's his face? Lefty. Nestor Cortez, that's his name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Yankee Southpaw.
Brett Lauder made his debut today.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Brett Lauder made his debut, got his first K.
Okay.
Couple more. I haven't seen anything else, but
You want my final point? Not baseball.
Okay.
I love watching the highlights on Caitlin Clark's threes and her assist. That lady can pass. She can pass that ball.
She might be the only reason I would ever watch an WNBA game.
I'd agree.
And
I'd agree.
Yeah, they've got some really good rookies this year in WNBA. I can't remember her name, but the gal out of LSU.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, Angel Reese. She's really good. Really good.
Not as good as Clark.
I don't know about that. I think you're right, but I think it's really close.
I don't know. Caitlin just kind of shoots threes. She can't really. She's not like she's not very inside.
Well, she gets rebounds though.
Okay, you want to take rebounds over scoring and assist? Sure.
She set the record for triple doubles by a rookie.
Not Reese.
Not Reese.
Clark,
yeah. Reese scores more.
That's because she's inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even at that, her percentage is weak.
I said she's 6'7", so it's like easy for her to score.
Okay, that's fair. I think the two are close, but I give
Clark's way better. I'm not saying Angel Reese is better by any means.
I think it's close. I think Clark is the better player. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's close.
I think she's a better teammate. She makes the people around her better. She fools people with her dribbling, her passes. Yeah.
You know who she kind of reminds me of? Allen Iverson.
Ooh.
Just in like girl form.
I'd agree.
I don't know, but that just popped into my head. I just keep having replays in my head, like with her handling the ball, and I'm like, that's like low key Allen Iverson.
I like that analogy.
I do too.
Wow.
Either that or who was that white guy? Who was that? They called him white chocolate.
Who
was? What was his name?
It wasn't John Stockton.
Super good at passing.
Well, John Stockton.
John Stockton.
That was him.
I don't remember if he had a nickname though, Dad.
I don't either, but Stockton was good.
The other one is
white chocolate for sure. I'm pretty sure. Like,
look it up.
I got it. I'm pulling it up.
Am I wrong?
Jason Williams?
Maybe.
No, I just looked it up. Jason
That's
Williams is who popped up. That boy
sounds-
could pass too.
Yep, that was him.
Who?
Jason Williams with New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back when I was graduating high school or just shortly out of high school, he could pass. You're
I
right.
just-
Yeah.
I remember the name White Chocolate.
You got it, dude. You got it.
Yep. Yep. Wow. So, okay. Sorry. I've been getting you've been getting text messages too, Dad. Maybe. I know I have. So wow. So I don't know. I guess I don't have anything else really. Just enjoying some baseball to end out the season. Don't know. We probably need to do this again. Maybe same time next week. If not, maybe Sunday night. I don't know. We'll have to look
Yeah,
at Mom's
my days off.
calendar as well. What was that?
I'll let you know my day off.
Okay, that works. Marlon, thank you for joining us. Again,
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate
Also,
it.
if anybody else is watching or listening plays MLB The Show, the new season just came out and they have out of position players now, which is pretty dope because like this card that I'm looking at right now is a Noah Syndergaard designated hitter. You want to hear some of these cards? They're ridiculous.
What about Winsicom?
No, they don't have a Tim Lincecum, but we'll go with AL West. Center field, Nolan Ryan. Starting pitcher, Mike Trout. Relief pitcher, Mark McGuire. Left fielder, Randy Johnson. Third baseman, Jonah Heim.
Oh, you're bad.
No, that's what the game came out with.
That's the game. That's hilarious. Actually,
No, I know it, and I still call it bad. It's funny.
All because of like they did in the past, like how that like before they got drafted and became who they are now. That's what this is based on. So all their stats are like pretty decent. It's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's
that's
kind
impressive.
of like Randy Johnson. It's kind of cool seeing Randy Johnson hit a 457-foot home run.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
That actually would be actually speaking of the big unit, have you seen what he does now?
No.
Photographer
Doesn't he take
and
pictures?
good.
He's
Yeah.
a photographer and he's freaking
Just like-
good.
Doesn't he take pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a photographer does.
He's
No way.
he's really good. He gets
Mhm.
like a lot of his photos end up on MLB.
Hasn't
Yep.
he been like NFL games too?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I've seen him.
Yeah. He's got credentials for basically any pro league he wants.
I feel like he's Randy Johnson. I feel like he could get in anywhere at any time.
It's hard to miss a man that tall.
Well, he's 6'7",
10.
Nope. 10.
and you're right.
Of
6'10".
course.
That's also why it's kind of hard to hit with him.
Yes.
The stone is at the top of the screen, so you're like, ugh, can't get it up. Can't get it
Yeah.
all the way up.
Yep. So anyway, Marlon, if they want to hop on social media, where can they find you if you even want to tell them?
Look me up on Facebook, Marlon Casey.
Yeah, maybe just find me on Facebook, Instagram. Just type in my name. You know how the spiel goes.
Yep. So if you want to find me, right there. On X. Look me up on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat under Aaron Casey. You can always find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search First Pitch Strike. And look us up. If you're watching live, please go subscribe on Anchor. I mean, not Anchor. It's not Anchor anymore. It's Spotify. So look us up on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast and your favorite podcast. Go subscribe. Give us a like. Give us 2 thumbs up. Whatever you can do. And
That's pretty cool.
Huh?
Hey, that's pretty cool.
What, we're on Spotify?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
making music, but not.
Spotify has Joe Rogan. And I think Spotify, was it Spotify or Amazon? One of the two just signed the Kelsey brothers.
I was gonna say, doesn't the Kelsey brothers sign somewhere?
Yep.
I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. It was Amazon or Spotify. I don't remember which one. So, hey, cool. So anyway, that's all I got. Guys, thank you for joining. Everybody that's watching, thank you for joining us. Mom and Bob, thank you for the comments. Thanks for joining us live. And we'll see you again, and you'll hear us again in the very near future. Bye.
Thank you. Good night.